Hello everyone. Today I want to share with you my homemade buttermilk biscuit recipe because my channel is biscuits and beekeeping. So if you want to know how to make some great biscuits, come along with me and let's make some delicious food together. Alright guys, so here we go. I have in this bowl, I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour. I have right here 12 tablespoons of delicious butter, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And we're going to start off by adding all our dry ingredients together. So here's baking soda, some sea salt, and my baking powder. And I'm going to go ahead here with my pastry blender, pastry cutter, biscuit blender. It has a lot of names, but you're just going to whisk or blend all your dry ingredients together really well. Get them all mixed together so that there are no clumps of salt or baking powder or baking soda in your biscuits. Alright, once that's done, you're going to go ahead and add your butter. I've got this 12 tablespoons of butter already kind of chopped up into some chunks. Just going to spread it around like that. And I'm going to use my pastry blender here, my biscuit blender, to work this butter into the flour. And you're looking for pieces of butter about the size of a pea. So just quickly work this in, and you want your butter to be cold, straight from the refrigerator. That looks good right there. Mixed in, you can see I've got pieces of butter about the size of a pea. Not all the way totally mixed in, but that looks perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to add 1.5 cups of buttermilk right into the center. Gorgeous buttermilk. Get all of it in there. I'm going to use my wooden spoon just to start gently mixing it in. Not really stirring, just kind of lightly mixing. Just trying to wet all the dough, wet all the flour. And once you've used your spoon to kind of bring it together like this, kind of a crumbly dough, I'm going to use my clean hands to dig in. So when I get it like that, I've washed my hands, they're very clean, and you're just going to kind of fold your dough over like this. And just kind of fold and press until it starts to come together. There we go. Just kind of work your dough until it starts to come together. It's looking beautiful. I'm just folding it over and pressing it down. right, beautiful. Look at that, nice dough. So I'm just gonna set this aside, and I'm gonna get a little flour for my board here, just so my biscuits don't stick. Spread that out, like so. Put your dough on here. And then you're just gonna wanna press it out, starting from the center and working your way to the outside. And you're looking to press your dough out till it's about, 3/4 of an inch thick. Maybe from your thumb tip to your first knuckle. All right, that's starting to look good. All right, got it all pressed out. And now I'm gonna cut my biscuits. You can use any kind of biscuit cutter you like, but this is my biscuit cutter. And this was gifted to me from a friend who got it from his great aunt, and she made this in the Great Depression. And she used this to cut biscuits and make biscuits every morning for her husband. And it is one of my favorite belongings. I make biscuits with this all the time. And as you can see, it's just an old can that she drilled holes into the top so that the biscuits would release nicely. And I think it just goes to show that you always have what you need. You can always find a way to make things work even when times are tough. It's really a great biscuit cutter. So I'm just gonna start cutting my biscuits and placing them on my pan. I always give them a little press down when I put them on the pan. So you guys can see a little of my pan here. And I just lay them out on my pan. Keep the dough pressed down. Cut real close to your old cut so you don't waste any dough. There we go. I get usually somewhere around 20 biscuits with this recipe, but it'll depend on how thin you press your dough out, what size your biscuit cutter is. Okay, when I get down to the scraps like that, I just kind of pull them all back together and just gently press them together again. Kind of roll and press, roll and press. Maybe get a little bit more flour in here. All right. Delicious. All right, one more time. This last little bit, I always cut a biscuit out of the middle, and then I roll the rest of the dough up. We call it the crazy biscuit in our house, and it's the favorite one. Regular biscuit, crazy biscuit. All right. So I've got a pan full of biscuits here, and I'm gonna put these in a 450 degree Fahrenheit oven for about 11 or 12 minutes. And I'll show you what they look like when they come out. All right, guys, the biscuits have been in the oven for 12 minutes at 450, and here they are. They are gorgeous. They are light golden brown on the top. They are delicious and flaky. Oh, can you guys see the steam coming off of there? Oh, they're delicious hot biscuits. I hope you guys have great luck with baking these along with me. I'm gonna serve mine with some fresh fruit, some honey from our bees, of course, and some eggs from our chickens. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time.